So you're at your Precor treadmill and your incline buttons and speed buttons don't work. What's up, Hydra fam? So we just got in this Precor C956i Treadmill, and upon testing it, I noticed that the button pad was not functioning properly. Now, I do want to mention that these lights here on this panel were on when I was testing it, and I noticed that the incline buttons were functioning properly. They were working. They were registering on the console. You could see it go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and higher, even down. But the speed buttons were not really functioning the way they're supposed to. So I would try to bump up the speed and it would continually stay at 1. If I pushed hard in a certain corner of the speed button, sometimes I think it would go to 1.1, 1.2, but I couldn't get to those higher numbers. So I would push the speed up, it would still stay at 1, and even on the treadmill, the belt wouldn't be moving faster at all. So that was an issue I was having when testing this piece. You guys might be having that same issue. If you are and are wondering why that is, I'm about to tell you and even show you how to fix it. So I have right here another console face, same one as that one. If you look, and behind this button pad right here is a board. So this board is what controls all those buttons. On the other side of the board are these little pads, which I will show you in a second. So if you push the buttons, it hits those little pads, making those clicking sounds, and that's how it registers. This wire also is what's involved in controlling the functioning of the buttons. So maybe you want to check this wire first. Make sure it's seated properly, because if it's not seated properly, if it's at an angle or something like that, that could be affecting your buttons, why they're not working. So check the wire. If it's not the wire, then it's probably most likely the board. And how you get the board out is these little clips right here. Really easy. You just push these down and pop the board out. Let me do that real quick. So here is the back side of the board, and you could clearly see the little button pads on it, and these buttons tend to go bad, which is unfortunate. So if you need one of these, we do sell them on our website. So I'll put a link down in the description below. And just in case you can't find these online, or if we're out of stock, you could buy the whole button pad assembly. And I believe that we include a board inside these things when we sell it on our website. I don't know about other places, but it would be nice sometimes to replace that whole thing, because you could see it gets yellow and crusty looking. So replacing all the buttons may not be a bad idea. And we also sell the console face on our website. So if you need any of these three things, I'll put a link to all of them in the description down below. If you're wondering how to take this whole thing out when you replace it, it's literally just these 4 clips on the corners you push. Once you push them, this should pop out. Now, you might be thinking, how in the world do I get that console face off of the rest of the machine? It's very, very easy. I'm going to show you how. And what I'm going to do is flip this over so you can see the backside, and it's pretty much the same thing as the button pad, where it's held on just by clips that you push. So I'll show you that. You do not need this whole thing separated from the machine like it looks right now. We just got this in and I have to assemble it. So let me move forward and show you how to get that out. All right, so as you can see, I flipped it over, and obviously it's not going to look like that when you go under yours. It's going to have this back piece, and you could easily take that off via screws on the holes right there. So unscrew this, take it off, then you'll be faced with this. And what I recommend doing first is actually removing any wires here and here that are connected to the board that's on the console face. That way, when you take the face off and it pops out, it doesn't tug on these wires and possibly damage them, or even damage the board itself. So take a picture of where these wires are placed so you know where they go, and remove them. Then what you're gonna wanna do next is come over here, and right here is this top cap above the console. Take this off next, because if you don't, from what I found, you just won't be able to take the face off easily, or you just won't be able to at all. I had to take that off first, and then taking the face off was easy. So how you take this cap off is with these clips right here. So there's a clip here that you push, there's another clip right there that you push, and then you could pull that off. Now, once that cap is off, you can proceed to taking the face off, and that's via clips right here, one in this hole, one in that hole, one right there, another one on that side here, and there's one underneath this board, and you can take this board out by these two clips here and then pushing it out or pulling it off, and then you should see the clip underneath. So funny that they hide one there. Once you get those out, be cautious and careful. Like I said, it's gonna wanna pop out, hold it, then you can proceed to taking the board out and replacing it. And that's pretty much it. Very easy. Precor makes it pretty simple compared to other treadmills and other brands where they make it a whole lot more complicated. But if you found this useful, please leave us a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this, and if you have any questions, leave us a comment down below. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.